Hello everyone, I'm here to do some ranking videos. Today I'm going to start a series that I've been wanting to do for a long time, as Brandon Yates is my favorite musician of all time. Does my favorite music of all time, really. So I thought, why don't I just rank all of his tracks? I know Nemesis did it, but I can't do all of that in one video. So today, we're going to be doing all the official instrumentals, and then next time, the commission stuff, Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, and then once that one's done, Volume 4, once Volume 4 is done, I mean. And then we'll do the vocal tracks. So today, let's just get into the official death battle tracks. At the bottom, we have Devil of the Night from Daredevil vs. Nightwing. Despite what you may think, I don't really like this song. It's the only one here that's a 4 out of 10. But even given that, that means there's no 3 out of 10s or below. The song is just... It's not energetic enough for me. It's just not my thing. That's it. At 34 is Webbed Wings. It's another case of where it's just not my thing. I feel like it's a little bit more energetic than Devil of the Night, but not by much, or at least not enough to keep me engaged. This isn't a song that I'm going to go back to a lot. Maybe if I'm in the mood, I'll go back to it. But most likely not. Apex of Doom. If it wasn't for, the 2 sections where it gets really energetic and the overall industrial feeling of it, this one would probably be right below Webbed Wings and above Devil of the Night. Maybe even below that, I'm gonna be honest. But again, there are a couple parts that I do like this. And it's fine. It's a fine and okay song, but it doesn't really fit outside of the episode it's from. I'm not really 100% sure if Off-Brand counts, but I'm putting it here anyways, solely because I really like it. But it still doesn't really count, so I have to put it really low on the list. It's fine. Just doesn't really count. It plays for 30 seconds in the actual episode. You Have Failed This City. If you don't know which episode this is from, it's from Green Arrow vs. Hawkeye and plays near the end. This one has vocals, but they didn't use it for some reason. And in my opinion, the instrumental version is a lot weaker. It's just kind of bland. Even though it's something that I like, it's still just... It's kind of bland as an instrumental track. Which, considering how early this was in Brandon's, death battle career, this was in Season 2, I can excuse that. Still, it's a 6 out of 10 for me, regardless. Madness and Venom. Despite the fact that it says it's from Death Race on Spotify, which is the funniest thing to me, I like this track. Not extremely, because it is still more low energy, but the atmosphere is just so good that I can't put it at a 5 or anything like that. It's still a 6 out of 10 for me, like these other few tracks, of course. But the atmosphere does lend it a bit more of an identity to me. It's good. It's good. Chorus of Carnage, the first 7 out of 10 on here. I like it. It's another case where I really like the atmosphere despite the more low energy of the track. That's kind of it, really. I don't have much to say about it. It's good, but it's really not my thing. But I will listen to it from time to time. If it comes up on my shuffle playlist, then I'll probably listen to it. American Phantom is a track that, surprisingly, fits more outside the episode. I do kind of like that it meshes these 2 themes together, but it's mostly just the Danny Phantom theme that I recognize, and that brings it down a bit for me. And also, it's not really that energetic. I do still like it and think it's pretty good, but I don't love it like I do the 8s, 9s, and 10s. Yeah, I'm just kind of trying to stretch this up to 30 seconds. I don't know what to say about it. It's good. Shredding Silver. This one is only this low because, the version of it outside the episode was butchered beyond belief. It's supposed to be faster, like very slightly faster. You can notice it if you watch it, if you listen to it in the episode and out of the episode back to back. It honestly kind of ruins the song. Not completely, but it's just too noticeable because the parts that I liked, like my favorite parts of the song, were slowed down, which is horrifying. That's not the right word, but it's horrifying that that can happen. And this was also when I learned that studios can just do that. And again, between that and the 14-second startup for Suit Yourself, that's terrifying to me. Anyways, it's a fine enough track, but it's just sad that it was butchered so heavily. I remember liking Strange Fate. A Strange Fate. I can never get the title correct when I say it out loud. But I also don't remember a lot about it. But I do remember liking it, and I did put it up here at the 10th, at the, you know, at this. I'm just kind of stalling again here. I don't know what to say. I don't remember. The Whiz and Boomstick theme. It's good. It's the main theme. You only ever get to listen to like 5 seconds of it. Go listen to the full thing. It is really good. Like, really good. The Dark Lords. This is another case of the atmosphere just being so good that I love it. And another case of it not really being energetic enough, or at least not high energy enough for me to be fully interested. But it's good. It's really good. And I'll still listen to it if it comes up in my playlist. Because again, it's really fucking good. This is the part where I mentioned where none of this is scripted and I am just winging it. Unlocking Heaven. This is a case where Brandon's like whole set was kind of fucked up and he couldn't mix the song properly. And I wanted to say that I couldn't notice it now, but I notice it now. But I still really like the song. I still think it's pretty fucking good. Even though, yes, the 2019 remaster is clearly better, I still like this version, and I don't think it doesn't really distract me, like, at all. It's still not, like, one of my favorites. Of course, it's pretty far down. It's, like, right in the middle. But I still like it quite a bit, regardless. Also, Kid Icarus. Frozen Fire. The atmosphere is fine for the first, like, 2/3 of the track. But that entire last third of the track is so fucking good that it elevates it to such a beast of a track at that third. Yeah, the fact that the first 2 sections of it are, in my opinion, not that good. Literally the only reason why it's a 7 out of 10 and not, like, a 9. But that last bit is the only thing keeping it from, like, a 5. I love the last third of the track. I don't know how many times I'm gonna have to say it without everyone being like, okay, get to the fucking point, you like the track. But it's like, it's good. But only a third of it is really that good. I don't know, get your pitchforks ready. I have a bad opinion. Who could have fucking guessed? Sirens as a Combat is a track that I think a lot of people hate. And I can't really understand why they hate it. Like, this might just be me, but I like songs that sound like they're from Mortal Kombat. And considering that this matchup has a Mortal Kombat character, this fits fucking perfectly with that little bit of, like, DC shit in there. I think this sounds great. It's not a track that I would listen to a lot, but I get the feeling this is the last track that's going to be in that boat. We're in the 8 out of 10s now, and we start off with 100%. The song has a bit of a slow startup, but I don't really mind. I actually kind of like it. The whole track, I'll admit, feels a bit samey, but it goes so hard that I can't really blame it at all, and a bunch of the static stuff in the background is just, oh, it's a nice touch. But yeah, it does it kind of feels a lot like the Whiz and Boomstick theme, just a bit catchier. And that's all I can really say about it. There's not a lot to say about it, but I do think it's pretty good. Blood on Broken Glass. I did have this much higher originally, but then I realized that the track is just the same bit looping. It's just the same 50 seconds looping like 3 times, because it's only used for like the first minute of the fight that it's for, before Olympus Mons takes over. So I have this one in the 8 out of 10s here. It's still a fucking banger though, despite how short it is. Shonen Showdown, a track that I find hard to remember at times, because this definitely feels like a shonen anime fight, but it also feels a bit generic in that regard. Then again, I also might be getting it mixed up with some other tracks, and this is a Season 4 track, so I'm not gonna be mean about it, because the track is still really fucking good. Satsui no Sekai is a track that I will definitely listen to if it comes up in my shuffle playlist. But that's really, I don't have a lot to say about this or the next few tracks. I like them a lot, and I don't fully understand why. Marvelous, it has a, honestly, kind of distinct feeling to it. That's really it, but I do like it a lot. I think this is kind of a unique track from Brandon. That's it. I like the track a lot. Right Into Hell is a track that definitely fits both characters, and it also has Johnny ATMA in it. You know, game metal. And that is the most based fucking collab you can think of. Olympus Mons is a track that doesn't really fit the characters all that well, in my opinion. But it goes so hard and it feels so emotional, like, in the middle. Oh, I love it. I love it. It's definitely not as good as the vocal version, obviously, but I mean, this is so good in on its own that I don't care. Like, again, this shit slaps. This is a track that reminds me of Marvelous a bit, in the sense that it feels a lot more unique and different from what Brandon usually does. But again, this is a track that slaps, just like pretty much all the tracks. I don't have anything to say about it, it's just that good. And now we get to the 9 out of 10s, starting with FALCON Uncaged, which is, oh, this shit is good. I don't really like the starting stuff that much, but it immediately kicks into high gear, and oh, yeah, this is really good. This is really fucking good. It's just fucking amazing. And then the stuff at the end. Oh, yes. This isn't a track that I'll like listen to constantly, like on repeat, but it's a song that I will definitely listen to a lot. Crash and Burn, the track of one of my favorite episodes of all time, solely because my most wanted matchup. As a Crash versus Spyro track, half of it feels like a Crash track, and the other half doesn't feel like it fits either franchise. Not even Legends Spyro, because that's more orchestral and just like booming. Like it's a whole fucking orchestra. This does not scream Spyro in any way for me, and kind of only barely feels like it'd be from a Crash game. I think these two styles, like the Crash and Spyro styles, don't really fit well together if you're using different versions of the characters, like classic Crash and Legend Spyro. But either way, this is a personal favorite of mine, as you can tell here. And it's so fucking good. Oh, the only reason it's not 10 out of 10 is A, it doesn't really feel like a Spyro track, and the fact that when the two different things clash together near the end, it doesn't feel like it was mixed properly. It feels like the two things were just put there. It doesn't feel right. And secondly, because Crash and Burn is the worst fucking name for this track. Which of them fucking burns? Like, I get it, Spyro breathes fire, but Crash and Burn is something a car does. Crash is the only one that drives a fucking car. Not even like go-karts, he can actually fucking drive. Kinda cringe, not gonna lie, Wiz. This is where things started to get hard to rank, because now we have Appetite for Greed. And knowing me, you're probably thinking, why isn't this below Crash and Burn? In my opinion, it's mainly because it fits the characters perfectly. And it is perfect as a backing track and on its own. Oh, it's so good, I love it. I don't even mind the pauses or anything. It's just so good, I love this thing. And it feels perfectly Wario, it feels almost perfectly DDD. I feel like there should have been a little bit of the Mask DDD influence there, but with a fight like this, or like with a matchup like this, it's better to go the comedic route, and it pulls it off perfectly. This one just has a lot of cues that I really like, and the melody, like the main melody of it, oh, that's so fucking good. And this feels like a match between Gods of Destruction, even though the name of it is, you know, just Gods of Destruction. Kind of a lackluster name for it, but, do I care? No! No, this shit's amazing. I think this fucking thing is awesome. But I mean, I guess that's a goddamn theme when you're talking about Brandon Yates tracks.
I don't have a lot to say for this one. I don't know what the DC influence is in this one, but it has fucking Live and Learn in it, and it is incorporated perfectly. I don't really like Live and Learn that much, but this is the version of Live and Learn that I will definitely listen to for a long time. It has Live and Learn, that's why it's so fucking high.
We're finally in the 10s, and this has no right to be as epic as it is. It's a fucking My Little Pony matchup, and maybe that's one of the reasons why it's a 10, because it just... oh, it goes so fucking hard, dude. And a lot of, like, the magic effects and stuff in the track. This would be perfection, and it kind of is. What do I say? What do I say about this track that hasn't already been said? It literally became a motif for every single Uchiha versus thing, well, that Brandon has made. Like, every single matchup that's had a Uchiha in it, commission or official, has had the main melody of this track in it. And every single fucking time, it's perfect. And while I do think it is better in Hollow Dreams, in here, oh my god, that is one of my favorite goddamn melodies, just in general, in a versus track. And I can't say it carries the track, because the rest of the thing is so good. There's that one pause in there that feels a bit weird when you're listening to it normally, but... I mean, if it wasn't for that, it'd be in the top 3. But even then, it's still in the top 5. So it can't be a big deal if I love it that much. Balderdash, an amazing top-tier track to end Season 8 off with, and at this point,
Because I did the list before Wanda vs. Zatanna came out, and before Harley vs. Jinx came out,
the last instrumental track, because I started this before Season 9 as well, I don't have anything to say. It's so good, and oh yeah, also the Popeye theme in it is great, and I love that as someone who kind of just fell in love with Popeye before the episode aired. It's so good. Final Breath. It has the Final Fantasy VII battle theme in it, or is it Fight On? It's either the basic battle theme or the boss battle theme. I don't remember which, because I blend those two things together so much. But fuck, it's really good. I don't have anything to say about the ones that are so good, because all I can really say is, oh, they're so fucking good, I love them so much. I'm not good at music critique, I don't know the cues really that much, but I fucking love it regardless. Okay, you're probably surprised that this is at the fucking number 2 spot, but hear me out. this whole track goes so hard, and I love the style of it. I love this entire fucking style of track, and I really hope we get more stuff like this later on. Because it doesn't feel like a normal anime versus anime track. Oh boy, we got a Naruto versus One Piece episode. The track's not gonna go that hard. Holy shit, this is really good. I also really, I don't know why, but I love the track art for it. It's still one of my favorites. And the entire track from start to finish is just, oh, it's so good. It'd be the biggest banger if it wasn't for Mega Mania, which Brandon has also cited is one of his favorite instrumental tracks, though that was around, I think, the time Season 8 had just come out, so might not be very accurate anymore, but it's still my favorite. One, because it's the track for another one of my most wanted matchups since I was like 11, Mega Man Battle Royale. Two, it is perfect for this. Three, this was, I think, this was like a little bit after Brandon got his stuff fixed, if I'm remembering correctly. Four, it has so much electronic shit and metal, and it blends together so perfectly. Five, it is a amazing track. Six, it is amazing track. Seven, it is amazing. Eight is amazing. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. If you disagree with me on this, well, I mean, that's perfectly fine. I don't fucking care. But if you say this is bad, you are objectively wrong, because this is one of the best things that Brandon has ever made. Because remember, I don't have the vocal tracks on here, so I can't talk about Blood Moon yet. Or Hollow Dreams. I also can't talk about that. Or Battle of the Zoo, because I thought that was a Brandon track, but it's a THEREWOLF track, which I also have to do at some point. But Mega Mania! That name is also fucking perfect, and the track art is great, and I love this thing to death. This is the best instrumental track we've gotten from Brandon. And you can't see it, but I'm dead. Alright, so, there we go. Those are all the official Brandon Yates instrumentals. Again, I don't have Zatanna versus Wanda here, because this thing was already half made by the time Season 9 came out, and I just dropped it for so long until yesterday. That being the 11th? Yeah, the 11th. The next ones are most likely going to be scripted. I'm probably going to do the first two commission volumes together, because that's still only a third of, like, Volume 3, and, let's see, a 15th of, or, like, a 13th or so of Volume 4. Holy shit, Brandon. But yeah, you can tell that this is improv. You can tell that I tried to remember all my thoughts about these things. I didn't write anything down. I don't know a lot about certain music stuff. But you have no idea how passionate I am to make this entire series. Brandon is my favorite musical artist of all time. I've talked to him. He's such a nice guy. I love the dude. He's amazing. And I wanted to do this to show that. Because I also thought it would be fun. I thought this would be really fun, and I'm having fun so far. I'm probably gonna get some hate for my opinions, but in this community, I'll just take those L's. It's fine. I don't care. I just like sharing my opinions, and I feel this is a good way to do it. Because then also I get editing experience, which I definitely need. But yeah, that's it. Go watch Armada, because that should be 3 episodes in by the time this comes out. And you know, I think that deserves a bit more attention than me just talking about music like an idiot for what, 20 minutes? 21, 22. I can see the time at the very top. It's 23 minutes. Yeah. All of you have a great day. I am expecting a lot of Wanda versus Zatanna comments, but Filmora does not like it when I add things in the middle, so I cannot do that right now. Yeah. Goodbye, everybody.